Hey, how are you all doing? Today's video is all about how life goes fast. Oh my gosh, what a year. I'll just give a bit of time because I'm going live on this one. So we'll just give a bit of time to see if anyone joins us. If you've got any questions, make sure you comment below, especially if you're catching it on the rerun. If you could today, I'm trying to see who's catching reruns and who's catching live. So hashtag rerun or hashtag live for me. That will help me out immensely. Thank you very much. A friend of mine, my friend last week reminded me, life goes fast. It made me think, because I would say, oh, life's too short. Hopefully we all live a long and prosperous life, of course, yes? But think about it, like this has just been one of them this has just been the craziest year ever for, I think, most of us. I feel it's gone really fast as well. I look back though, and there's some things I think, was that this year? Did that happen this year? It's like our life was flipped on its head immediately. And I'm trying to work out, was that this year or was that last year? But other things, they seem like yesterday. Going into the first lockdown seems like yesterday for me. So do you get that as well? Do you have that sometimes where you just feel like it's going fast, but there's some things you just can't compute? It just feels like so long ago. So it's almost like this mixture in our head. I guess it depends what's going on around us at the time. And I know emotions have been like a roller coaster for many of us. I can look back on so many good things that have, for this year, but it's also been a bit of an emotional roller coaster. And I find it, for me, important that when life is going fast, and that I have to really look and like start targeting and zoning in on the things that are actually going good for me, which if I focus too much on what's not great, I can start to more things don't feel so great. So look, change is inevitable, progress is totally optional. And we're on the shortest day today, so it's like we're about to go into a big change, whether it be you just want to think, wow, it's the days are going to be not as dark, we're getting into the lighter days. Some of you maybe a bit more spiritual, and is going to mean a lot more. But regardless of that, we start to go on a change. And the reason I think Christmas is this time of year is because it is darker. We need a bit of light in our life, but we can create that light within our life. All right, whether you take that from a spiritual level or just I'm in control level, or mixing the two together, whatever works for you. So it has been a long year, and it was also gone so fast. And like I said, with today being the shortest day, it's like we're on that turn. So we're getting into the lighter days are going to start from tomorrow, and they're going to gradually get lighter and lighter. Before you know it, we'll be back in summer, and then before you know it, we'll be back a year from now, looking back on this year and whatever. 2021 and whatever 2021 brought us. So look ahead and like we're an opportunity now to think, right, well, what is it I want? Because change is going to happen. Like this year, if you could go back a year from now and someone was going to say to you, what exactly happened throughout the year, you're probably not going to be, what, really? That's just nuts. That's bonkers. Especially take the virus away. If there was no virus, there was still a lot of, big things that happened right at the beginning of the year. It has just been a long year, but it's gone so fast. So think ahead, like what things in next year do you want to be in control of? And really, it all comes down to that. It's like change is going to happen anyway. Some things will change for you next year, like it or not, but you can control a lot more of that. And rather than let another year just go fast, and we're back to like, oh, what did I set out on the goals? Have I done that thing I wanted to do? Did I start on that? Well, we can start working on that right now today. Yes, I know Christmas a few days away and we're all very busy, but at least start planting those seeds, getting that, then going into your head. Then it might be those things will start in January. But I did a great interview last night with Joshua. You can check it out on my page if you haven't already. And he talked about the 10 commandments and having these, the 10 things you want to become a master at, and just saying them over and over. I want to become a master at, fitness or my health. So these are little things we can start implementing today. So think about what it is you want the most, why you want it, and then we can start set that plan out to go ahead and do it. There's never been a better time, really. I think, right. See what this year has hopefully has woke us up quite a lot to think, right, well, these are the things important in my life. These are the things I really want to change. That's what I want to spend more time on, and that's what I want to spend less time on. And now you've got that information, we can sit and grumble and just let it carry on, controlling us, or we can take that action, embrace it. Right, this is what I'm doing now, and I'm going to set some big goals. Why not? I can have the energy. I can put energy into doing the things I want to do, or I can put the energy into wishing I had something else, or something was different. It's the same time is going to pass us by anyway. So why not? Why not put the energy into, well, I want this. I want to do this. And I don't mean it as in materialistic. If you might, and that's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying whatever it is that you want, what you want to feel, what you want to have, the things that you want around you. Well, you know what? Let's take that passion, let's embrace it, and let's run with it. Life just goes so fast. And the great thing is, as soon as you start targeting on the things that you want, it starts to come into your life anyway. And the people that you need to assist and guide you come into your life as well. So it's that law of attraction. And again, never been a better time than right now. As in today, we're ending a cycle. We're going into the this is the shortest day today, right? So the day's gonna be a little bit longer as of tomorrow, a little bit. And for those that are on a bit more of a spiritual level, it's gonna mean even more to you. So we're on the curve of a big change. And if we start thinking that, right, I can change, I can control these things, then we can start working to either the things we want or more of the things that we want. So have a think, where do you want to be a year from now? Who do you want with you? Who's going to be part of that inner circle or your tribe? And if it's like, oh, but I need this person, like seek them out, seek out mentors if you need to, seek out people that are going to, help get your mindset right. If it's your health, get around people that are into their health and their fitness. And if it's, you want to learn something, get around those people. Maybe you got to invest in something, and you'll get more out of it than just a book. But if you got to just pick up a book, then just pick up a book. But anything that gets your mind around the people that are going to help you get to where you whatever it is you want to be, right? How is it you want to feel a year from now? How do you want to feel? So, if we're on a high, well, we want to maintain that. If we've been like this, we want to at least get to here and level off a little bit. It's always going to be like this anyway. Years ago, I went to a seminar. One of the speakers there, he said, we're like 3 seconds away from an emotional breakdown. And if you think about it, it only takes like a phone call, some bad news, and that's basically where we're at. So let's keeping that balance is so important. And that's, staying on top of it. So if something does come, we're kind of a lot more prepared for it than, oh my God, and it's one thing after, why does this always happen to me? They're the things that, really hold us back. So more important than any of those things I've just said. So thinking about where you want to be, who do you want to be with you, how do you want to feel, is why do you want all those things? That is so important. The why is what will see you through. It will see you through any tough times that are going to come up. Hopefully things are starting to, well, the longer we're in this pandemic, the closer we are to it finishing, basically. It's not going to go on forever like this, is it? It's going to pass at some point. So that's the good news. I know, I've got annoyed about, some things, but I just need to let that little emotional chimp have a little blast out, and then I'm done. I can start cracking on with what's more important, and that's like taking control of what the things I can control. So how is it you like the why you want this and what it will give you? Is it going to give you more, whatever you want to do? Is it like, I'm going to have more time with my family? I'm going to have more time to do the things I want to do. It's just going to make me feel so happy. I'm going to feel healthier. I feel it'll give me more time. So that why is so important. I feel sometimes it's good to have a bit of a carrot and a stick. So if I don't do this thing, what is the pain I'm going to feel next year? So let's say I got some big goals for next year, and if I don't achieve them, I'm going to feel, oh, such a loser, not done this thing, and I'm just, this is the same thing. So I use that pain as a bit of my motivation, because as humans, we do anything to avoid pain. That's often why we won't go to the gym, because we don't want the pain of going through something and feeling out of breath or feeling tired, or aching muscles. We our body will like, no, I'm going to avoid that. But we just got to turn it around. You just kind of flip it a little bit on its head. Or one method would be you kind of think of, well, what's the pain if I don't go? Well, I'm going to not feel great. I'm going to feel lethargic. I'm not going to have those energies. So it's reversing the psychology behind it. But sometimes, really, we feel like, I talked about this last night actually, but with motivation, we feel I'm not motivated enough. And like someone said to me once, you're always motivated. You always got a little bit of motivation in you, and you have. That's true. But actually, something last week was more about, well, we won't always be motivated though. We may not always feel like that. So we just got to discipline ourselves. So create yourself that little timetable out of what it is you need to do each day towards the things that you want from 1 year. It might be but this is going to take longer in a year. Well, it takes longer in a year. It takes longer in a year. You got to start somewhere. If I use my mindset videos as an example, I had to start something with them, and I was quite surprised. I've had these things come up on my podcast now, telling me how many minutes I've done, of material or content I've put out, and I thought that was for the duration. It was just for this year. So until you start, you don't have anything. It's not going to get anywhere. So you go back now. Some things might take 18 months. But 18 months from now, if we haven't done anything towards it, there's nothing's happened. So just get yourself started. Don't have to fake anything or till you make it, but get started. It's just practice. It's just, I'm talking about anything really now. If there's that passion inside you, you owe it yourself to, right, I'm just going to do it. What have I got to lose? I want this. Maybe it's a career change. Maybe it's something to do with your fitness, your health. Maybe it's, well, I want more family time. So what things do you have to shift around? Otherwise, we don't have that balance and everything goes out of balance. And believe me, that's not very good. All right. So there we go. The shortest day. Enjoy. I think all the planets are in line later on this evening. So maybe if you don't know what the weather's like, check that out. But it is a time for change. Now is a time for change. Embrace it. Believe in yourself. Go and do it. Yes. And if you, I know I've been speaking to a few people who've been feeling quite down, and that's okay. That's normal. But we can start doing things. So think about what it is you want and why you want it, and go out and start doing those things towards it. You're not gonna. You might feel better straight away. It might take a year. It might take longer. It might take less. But until you discipline yourself, right, I'm doing this every day. No matter what, I'm just going to discipline myself to do it. Even if I don't feel like doing it, I'm going to do it anyway, because I know tomorrow I might feel differently about it. And it's literally finding the thing that will work for you. So for me, sometimes I use the carrot and the stick. Other times it's like when I was before I was teaching, say, martial arts, and it was, it's more like it was properly my hobby. I was in another career. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays as well. That's it. They're my times. And I have some days I just would feel so tired, so exhausted, and just not in the mood for doing anything. But no, I need to go down there. I need to go down there. I don't need to be motivated for it. Whoever's teaching will motivate me. That's what I put in my head anyway. And that seemed to work for me, and turn up and I feel great afterwards. And sometimes it would just be, I just feel awful in here. But I'm glad I turned up. It became part of my routine, and people knew that was where I would be at those times, if that makes sense. So think ahead, what it is you want, who you want around you, and why do you want this? Why do you want this? And because the why isn't, when you hit a stumbling block, like, am I good enough for this? Because it's going to happen. should the imposter syndrome, not feeling good enough, losing some motivation, maybe someone says something to you and you start to believe it, why are you doing this? You're no good at this. That won't work for you, because that happens. So the why will overrule any of that negativity that you allow in, by the way. So someone can say something that's negative. If you start to believe it, that's not their fault. Okay. Maybe you got a choice whether you want to be around that. That's different. But if you start to believe it, that's on you. And if you continue to be around people that are negative, that are going to just hold you back, or try and hold you back with those words, that's also on you, because you can control that. So, again, find those people that are going to, take you to that next level. And it's not to say that people that are positive can't, like, some people are positive and they're good to have in your life, but they maybe can't get you to that next stage. So, and it's not to say bye, it just means you need some other people to kind of, take you to that next part that you want to go to, if that makes sense. So in other words, next year I'm starting, I've got 2 different mentors for myself that are going to take me to that next level, because they're experts in that field that I need to, be working on, basically. All right, guys, I enjoy the rest of your day, and celebrations, those that are celebrating for the shortest day. So peace, love, and I will see you soon. Comment below, let me know what are your plans for next year. What are the things that you want to aim for? I'm just putting it out like that. It puts the pressure on a little bit, and pressure always leads to progression, as my instructor used to say. When we put that pressure on ourselves, we progress that little bit more. And it's not like, oh no, pressure, panic. It's nothing like that. It's more like, oh no, now I've put a lot more importance on this, and I'm going to be sure to do that. So over the coming months, you might hear me talking about things that I'm doing, and they won't always work out. So that's okay, but don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of it not working out. So what? Not doing anything means it. If I don't do anything, it won't work out anyway. So it's nice to have that journey. And actually, most of the times when things didn't quite work out the way I was hoping, it took me to something else that I thought, oh, actually, this can work. And now I've learned from that, and I can implement the strategy I used there that didn't quite work out onto the next bit. So it is all part of a great learning progress. Anyway, right, I'm definitely going now. Enjoy the rest of your day. Make it a great day. Bye-bye.